am the Black Fairy Godmother of the USA, and tonight I am on your show to speak about what I do in the community and also our upcoming event, the Purple Diamond Awards.
Okay, so what is it that you do?
What I do is I help stabilize the Black and Brown community across the U.S. What's going on in America? A lot of people don't know, but many nonprofits discriminate against us when we fill out applications for help. It happened to me. So what I done was there were four strangers who helped me out through social media, and I'm providing all the resources and blessings that I receive to my community and to make sure that we are receiving the resources that we need to stabilize our lives and to help our children.
Okay, and then you help single mothers as well, and battered single mothers, correct?
That is correct. We help domestic violence victims and we relocate them and also help them with financial resources and also put them in school.
Why
So
was
there's
it?
a lot of things.
Oh, it is definitely a lot of things. So why was that overall an overall goal of yours?
The reason why it was an overall goal of mine is because in our community we are scared to speak up. And many women are scared because of the fact that if we leave a situation and we go to a shelter, they will automatically contact CPS and take our children.
Hmm.
So I provided a program where you can leave that situation and we will put you into a temporary hotel or Airbnb and also help you with permanent housing so that you will not have to go to a shelter. Because a lot of people don't know, you're just going to a shelter. You're not receiving any counseling, you're not receiving any financial resources. So we are filling the voice of what the women and men need far as escaping that situation, and it's been working heavily.
Okay, so and it's interesting, like you said, you're doing a lot of things with these women. You're putting helping them get through school, you're giving them money, room and board, like just doing everything possible to put them in a better situation. And that is an amazing charge. That is like the biggest charge that God could place on your life. So before you took on this charge, what did you do before that?
I was working at a bank and I lost my job. And when I lost my job, I started making only $200 a week.
Hmm.
And during the time that I lost my job, I felt like the world was just coming down on me. My son got diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, and I became depressed. But when you have a mother who's been a mother of three and who's a strong Black woman, and you have a father, which most people don't have, they kind of told me, hey, you need to do what you need to do. You're a mother and you need to be strong for this baby boy. So even though nonprofits and other agencies were slamming the doors at me, I went ahead and I picked it up a notch and I asked people on social media, where can I get the resources for my son? And they directed me to a group where there was a group that was helping single Black and brown mothers get on their feet. So I entered into the group and I met four strangers who helped put me through school. One of the strangers were in Washington who also made phone calls to a hospital that had my son on the waiting list, and he automatically got the resources that he needed.
Wow.
So that's what put in my head that I need to be that voice for our community and let people know. Yes, everything is black and white on the website, but that does not guarantee that we're going to get the help that we need. And I'm filling that void. And I have 12 volunteers who are across America who work virtually and to make sure that these families are getting what they need.
So how long have you been up and running? Like this is a passion project, yes?
8 years. We have been 8 years strong. Yes.
Wow, that is amazing. And recently, quite recently, you helped with the hurricane efforts, even when you were in the middle of a flood yourself. Can you talk about that?
Yes, I did. A lot of people don't know that despite anything that I go through or any of my staff go through, we keep going. We had the Hurricane Ida, and that was the day before my son's birthday. We still had individuals who were without lights, who needed shelter, and who needed food. And my volunteers is on the other end of the world across the US. and we were still making sure that families were getting what they need. You know, a lot of people don't understand when you are in this work, especially when it's God's work, you have to keep going. You got to wear those big pants and just make sure that whatever that you have going on, you got to put that on the back burner and make sure that you're dedicated into the work that you're supposed to be doing.
When did you realize basically that you were, I won't say blackballed, but when you tried to start the nonprofit, that you were, that there was racism going on?
There were a lot of racism going on when we initially wanted to, to become a 501c3. But you never know who's listening and you never know who's watching. So for Christmas, we helped 324 families across the U.S. Families, not kids, but families. So that's the big one. And the OWN network has sponsored a few families, and JP Morgan and Chase also sponsor a few families, and of course regular people across the world. There was a woman in England who took a faith and loved everything that I was doing and helped and paid for us to get our 501c3 and to get someone to organize and structure our organization for Christmas for me.
Wow, that's amazing. Do you still keep in contact with her? Like, big ups to her.
Yes, I keep up with her once a month, and she's just a wonderful woman, even though she's on the other side of the world. But that was that was the Christmas gift that she gave to me.
I think the word that I was looking for was more so prejudice and bias with
Yes.
kind of like when you're putting in a looking for a home, you read about that, the homeowners who went through the very same thing. So where you started and where you are now is an amazing accomplishment. So thank you so much for being who you are and helping families, because that's huge. So because you're a strong Black woman, you're helping other families. Who's helping you?
Yes. Who's helping me? My family. My family is my rock. They help me every day. And they help me be mentally sane, sometimes when I'm going through a tough time in the organization, I'm trying to put things together, or if there's tough situations, I always vent to, my mom, my dad, and of course my publicist, Angela Ellerby. But my family, my son, my publicist, and my team of volunteers who are professionals in their everyday life and they have families. These are the people who keep me going and who's here for me. And that's all that matters.
You said that this is a national effort, so you're not just doing local, which is again phenomenal. So how can people take part? I mean, we do have Christmas coming up, we have Thanksgiving coming up. So how can people, number one, donate? Number two, parents or families that's still going through it after the pandemic or still during the pandemic, how can they reach out to you?
They can reach out to me on social media, Facebook, the Black Fairy Godmother Foundation. They can send a message. And also on IG, the Black Fairy Godmother Official. We have a website, the www.theblackfairygodmother.org. We are currently we put our application up for people who want to take part in the 2021 BFG Wishlist Angels. And what they would do is they will adopt a family for Christmas. So, and also for Thanksgiving, we put a form out if you want to adopt a family for Thanksgiving in your area. So we're pushing the efforts nationally, and hopefully one day that it'll be globally. And in 2022, we're opening chapters in different sectors of the U.S. to make sure that the marginalized community needs are being met.
Okay, you have an award ceremony coming up. Tell us about that.
The second annual Purple Diamond Awards. The Purple Diamond Awards is for grassroots organizations that have been getting their feet and their hands wet in their communities for many, many years, but are not receiving the recognition. So what we do is we provide a gala, we provide awards, and we recognize all of their efforts, and also invite politicians and many celebrities who are local to come out and to support these organizations in any way that they can. all of the proceeds from the tickets will go to domestic violence survivors and to help them have housing and also to help them obtain a trade of their choice. So that's where the proceeds go to. This is a wonderful night.
So how hands-on are you with the program, with reaching out and speaking to women and just doing your civic duty?
I am always hands on, and I'm always a phone call away. There's many companies who have emailed me, and I'm doing virtual events and also doing trainings with companies in regards to marginalized communities, women, single mothers, and companies want to know what can they do to help their employees be better and get better, because you can be a secretary but still be sleeping on the floor because you don't have a bed.
That's
So
right.
companies been having meetings with me to implement different programs to help their employees who are having hardship and who are having difficulties as well. So that's a blessing.
It's all a blessing that you are in a position to do this. I mean, we always think, okay, I wish I can do more, but I'm just not in the position to do more. And you have gotten the resources. So would you say getting the resources was the hardest part for your organization?
It was the hardest part. You had to put your blood, sweat, and tears into it, and there were nights that I didn't even go to sleep at all. With the help of different celebrities who spoke about me on their platform, that's how I obtained the notoriety, especially with Elizabeth Gilbert, the writer, and Jennifer Pasteloff, and also the OWN Network, who went ahead and put my platform out there as to what we're doing and how people can help. When people say, I don't know what to do, like I don't know how to get back, you don't always have to have money. I'm pretty sure there's a brand new pair of shoes that's in your closet that you can give. I'm pretty sure you're good with resume writing skills. I'm pretty sure that you can pick up a phone and advocate for someone. That's all it takes.
Okay, you just preached the word. All you got to do is pick up the phone and say, hey, I know this person. A word.
Mm-hmm.
So you spoke on celebrities, so you have some amazing people that's going to be part of the event. Can you talk about that?
Yes, I have Howard Hewitt, Antonio Fargas, who will be at the Purple Diamond Awards, and many others that soon that we cannot announce yet, but they will be there to help the efforts and to bring the awareness out that night.
Okay, and what's the latest that people can get their tickets and take part?
The latest they can get their tickets is on October 29th.
Okay, up until okay, I can dig it. So, just for the sake of the viewers, can you tell them where they can follow you one more time?
They can follow me on IG, the Black Fairy Godmother Official, Facebook, the Black Fairy Godmother Foundation, and on Twitter, the Black Fairy G1. And they can purchase their tickets on our website, www.theblackfairygodmother.org.
I have one last question. You're the Black Fairy Godmother. So you are inspirational in itself, but who inspires your Black girl magic?
My grandmother.
Oh,
I learned all the tricks and trade of bringing people together through her.
I love it. Hey, Grandma. Okay. So, thank you so much. You did great, and I hope you have a great evening. And I'm going to put this out there. Is there any other